7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother...
Hello and welcome to the special edition of the Start Reset podcast. I'm joined by Mr. Michael Smith. How are we doing tonight?
We'll talk about that when we get into EA's press conference.
Yeah, so that's actually why we're here. This is going to be a short, quick little thing. But EA just had their press conference for their EA Play event ahead of E3, and it was something.
It was there for sure.
It happened.
It was a thing. For like an hour.
We didn't really prepare for this, but I guess we'll kind of just go ahead and just give our impressions of the whole kit and caboodle. As far as I can remember, they kind of let off with Titanfall 2 for the most part. They showed some, sizzle reel, basically, some stuff like that, and then kind of led into what Respawn's been working on with Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
That looked good, man. Like, the fucking grappling hook was awesome, dude.
Dude, like that. So, I watched the single player, little campaign trailer they had come out before the press conference started. And then Kale and I are watching the multiplayer one, and I'm like, dude, this looks so fucking badass. And dude, at the end, when he uses that grappling hook and pulls that other guy, right at him and kills him, so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, it reminded me, you don't play Overwatch, but it reminded me of, Roadhog. He's got, this little chain thing, and he pulls people towards him. But, in a fast-paced, multiplayer, military shooter, it looked real cool.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped, man. It looks really cool. I'm excited for a Titanfall. And October 28th, dude, how do you feel about that?
That's a good time, I think, for them, because they'll be out before Call of Duty and Battlefield. Well, Battlefield's October as well, but it'll be out before Call of Duty in November, which I think it's a good time for them.
Yeah.
Plus, it's coming to all major platforms, PC, Xbox One, PS4, so boom, dude, that is... I'm excited for PlayStation players to be able to play that.
Yeah, me too, man. I hope that... we'll see what happens. Do they open this game up to cross-platform play like they've been discussing?
Ooh, that would be nice. I can see them doing it between Xbox One and PC maybe, but
yeah,
it'd be nice to see it between PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, all three of them.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It'd be neat to see once, what happens. I really like the single-player thing, too, dude. It's you, and it's your robot. It's almost like a Half-Life 2 type thing with you and dog, running around. You have, your special kind of, friend, protecting you and looking out for you. Dude, when he grabs you and throws you halfway across the world to jump onto that other platform, so awesome, man. Game looks slick, dude.
It does. And I hope this one does a better job of really making me want to come back to it month after month, because I felt like I fell off Titanfall pretty quickly within 2 or 3 months.
I agree. Those expansion packs didn't really do it for me. I wasn't a real big fan of the maps that came out afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think they've had a lot more time to work on this, so I think that'll be a pro for them, right? They have no rush timetable. They're kind of releasing it at their own leisure, so I think it gives them a lot of opportunity to make a much better game.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about is them maybe being forced to quicken production up, given something else that was announced that we'll talk about in a little bit. Stuff that we already knew about, but was, I don't know, clarified, I guess.
Yeah.
EA Sports, FIFA and Madden, that was a thing that happened, and that was awesome, right?
Dude, it was way too long of a thing. Jesus. The Madden thing wasn't bad, man. They jumped in, they showed a couple things, it was annoying. I'm a really big believer that I don't think people, this is just my opinion, that watch E3 are people that are into sports games. I think for the most part, those people, they buy an Xbox One or PS4 and they buy that sports game, NBA 2K, Madden, FIFA. And, that's all they buy. They don't even know what E3 probably is. And this is a generalization. Yeah. I don't know why they spend so much time focusing on these sports games, but FIFA was way too long, dude.
FIFA was really, I could talk. FIFA was really long. Madden, like you said, short, sweet, to the point, got in, got out, that was fine. But, yeah, they spent 15 minutes too long on FIFA, I think.
Yeah. And I understand it's a big game for them and everything, but... I don't think your core audience is there to really appreciate it.
Yeah. Those games are running on Frostbite now, or have they been?
I don't know, dude. I saw that and I'm like, okay, I guess they're really excited about that. It must be a new thing for them. I've never bought a Madden or a FIFA or an NBA, so I have no idea what engine they run on.
Yeah, I want to say that they're running on the new Frostbite engine, but the big thing about Madden, if you guys want a quick recap, if you are sports fans and we generalize too much and now we're alienating you, is that basically there's new commentary. They're bringing in new commentary with a lot more lines, so you'll hear things repeated far less often, I guess, is the idea. And then FIFA, there's a new story mode, which I don't know if I need a story mode in my sports game.
Really don't, dude.
Like, if anything, if NBA 2K16 taught you anything, is that, hey, maybe we don't need this. I don't know. Whatever. That's fine, but they spent too much time on the FIFA stuff. But if you're a soccer person or a football person, I guess you probably enjoyed that.
Yeah. From everything I hear, though, dude, PES is the superior game. Like the Konami one?
Yes, at least it used to be. I don't know what it's been like the last few years, and we haven't been getting it here stateside in the last few years.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. That's like you said, Konami game.
Yeah. They still make games?
Yeah, right, exactly. That's why we haven't heard of PES over here. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, those games are going to be out, late summer, early fall, and, there's people that'll be playing it will be playing it still, I guess.
Yep.
And then you had, they brought out, what's his name? Peter Moore.
Peter Moore?
Came out on stage. He
I like Peter Moore.
Peter Moore's a cool guy. Like, when he was back at Microsoft, I really dug that guy.
And even Sega, dude.
Yeah, that's true. The guy's been around the business for a while.
Dude, did you notice, like, his, title?
Yes, Chief Competitive Officer.
Like, did they just fucking make that shit up?
They really did.
I don't think that's a real title.
So he, kind of runs their esports department now at EA. And I was having a conversation during the conference with Michael about it. I'm like, don't you kind of feel like they're forcing this esports stuff a little bit too much on us?
Oh, dude, completely, man. Like, they're really just trying to, jump in and capitalize on this.
Yeah, I mean, those games are going to have that esports audience anyways.
Completely.
But let's say this is a game like I don't know, Hearthstone or just League of Legends, games that when they were in their infancy, first coming out, and you were to have somebody come on stage say, this is going to be an esports phenomenon. It's like, no, don't force that shit. Let that shit evolve naturally over time. The audience is going to let you know if that game is going to be a successful esports game. That's the issue that Evolve had. 2K games were like, nah, this is going to be, that kind of game. It's going to be an esports phenomenon.
Yeah.
And, they forced it, and the audience didn't accept it. They were like, no, this game's not good.
Yeah, it'll just, happen naturally, like you said, man. It doesn't need to be something that they hardcore push towards and, design it specifically with that purpose. Because I don't think it's just going to have, the same, attraction to it, or whatever you want to call it.
A well-made game and a well-balanced game, that will happen
automatically. Yeah, absolutely.
If you look at a game like Overwatch, that game is balanced really well. And that game is probably going to be successful, but you didn't hear Blizzard, a year ahead of launch or 6 months ahead of launch saying that this is going to be an esports thing, So.
No, not at all.
There was a new indie game that was announced, and a lot of people speculated that EA was going to trot a new indie game on the stage. And I think it's kind of funny that they get one indie game, and they're like, hey, you guys should be blowing us because
we're doing this for you.
Indie game.
We're gonna
give all the profits of this game to this indie developer. The fuck you are. Who are you guys kidding?
Yeah, I don't really believe that at all.
So the game's called Fee. I didn't really understand what I was looking at.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I'm watching it, and Kill's what's the point of this? I don't even understand what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know, man.
The Giant Bomb guys were comparing it to Flower.
Yeah, it's funny because Kayla said the same thing. She's like, is this that other annoying game that you play where you just run around and don't do anything? I'm like, what, Journey? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, Journey, Flower, all those.
That game company games.
Yeah, exactly. So that was something. You want to hit on Star Wars or Mass Effect first?
They're both just as disappointing, so I'll let you pick.
Let's pick Mass Effect, because I think I have more to say about Star Wars.
God. Dude, so let me just vent about Mass Effect for a second.
Do it.
So this game, so it's delayed, whatever, I get it. A lot of people have left, and, they may or may not have been really critical to the development of the game that caused it to get delayed. And if they would have been there, would that meant it would have come out this year? I don't know. I doubt it. I think it's a super ambitious game for them. They want to rebuild a universe. They want to start all over. I get it. It's going to take time to do it. And it's coming out Q1 of 2017. But, BioWare, you did the same shit last year. You showed us like a behind the scenes, like kind of like shitty little trailer. You had like what's the name of that dude? Like the Smoking Man or whatever. He's like standing there flipping through some like little CGI panels to show you different like worlds that the game could potentially inhabit. And like that was it. And then this year they did the same fucking thing. It's like a behind the scenes like thing where they show like these small little clips. Like when I say small, like I don't mean like, you know, like a generous like 30, 40 seconds. It's like, man,
2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a 2-second clip of like some random character world that you're like, oh man, what was that? Was that actually gameplay? Or was that CGI?
And it was basically just B-roll for what they were talking
Yes!
about in the narrative there.
Like, they have to have something in a pretty good stage to be able to show us some type of cinematic trailer, some little portion of the game. Like, dude, I like remember when the original like Mass Effect was shown off at E3 and they showed like a section of the game. They just like had somebody come up on stage, play the game for like, you know, 5-10 minutes to show you like, hey, this is how the game's going to operate, this is what it's going to look like, this is how your characters interact with the enemies, etc. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't have shown us that. There has to be enough playable content that they have ready. And I get it. It takes them, like, months to prepare, like, a playable demo to make sure it functions correctly. But, I mean, like, again, like, you have the world's attention. Like, everybody's been waiting and waiting for Mass Effect Andromeda to be shown at E3. And then you give us this shitty little, like, 2-minute behind-the-scenes, like, development video. Super fucking disappointed, dude. Like, and, like, all they have to say is more later this fall.
Right.
Like, how, like, what is another 2 months going to do for you to show the game? You can do that now if you can do it in 2 months.
Well, and, like, what bigger stage are they going to have to be able to do that, you know?
Gamescom, I guess, but, like,
yeah.
It's not like
that's...
their press conference was, like, so jam-packed with all this other, like, huge announcements.
Well, the fucking 15, 20 minutes they spent on FIFA, you could have diverted, 10 minutes of that to Mass Effect.
Yeah, dude, split that shit in half. Like, everybody has been waiting for Mass Effect. Nobody was waiting for FIFA.
And if you're worried about the state that Mass Effect is in heading into that, put a little disclaimer at the bottom of the screen, pre-alpha footage.
Yes, they do that all the time. Like, even like in that Star Wars trailer, there was like little things pop up, like alpha gameplay. I'm like, cool, I get it. Like, I understand the final game may not look like this or play like this, but at least you're taking an effort to show something. Like, yeah. I'm just really fucking raw about that. Like, and it leads me to believe that this game is not coming out Q1, that it gets delayed further.
That's the thing, too. Like, if that game gets delayed past Q1 of 2017, that would probably push it past E3 of next year. Do we see Mass Effect at a third straight E3 before seeing the release?
I think so, man.
Because then you're getting into Square Enix territory with Final Fantasy games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I guarantee this game becomes a fall 2017 game.
Yeah. It probably will.
So stupid, dude.
So, and then into that, we'll get into more disappointments. Star Wars. So it was kind of cool. Like they trotted some girl out on the stage.
Jade, bro.
Jade, yeah.
Yeah, dude. She made whatchamacallit.
She looked super excited to fucking be on that stage.
Assassin's Creed.
So. Yeah, well, whatever. She looked super excited to be there. She was like, EA is working on with cooperation with DICE and Respawn. A new Star Wars franchise that all Star Wars fans will like. Like, so monotone and shit. I'm like,
she did not drive. Like, I get it. Like, people complain about like Caffeine Man, but that guy who was it for like Activision or something? He'd come out and he was like just like fucking crazy, but at least he had some like energy.
Right. I don't know. Whatever.
Do you know who Caffeine Guy is?
I don't know. Probably like Aaron Paul or some shit.
Like, go Google or like go to like YouTube and just type in E3 Caffeine Guy and like prepare to be amazed by some incredible videos.
I'll do that after we're done here.
I actually met him at some Best Buy like video game events.
Really?
He's fucking on crack, dude.
Speaking of which, I was trying to just on a side note. Next week they're doing some PlayStation VR events.
I saw that.
Best Buys.
Yeah, 17th and 18th.
Yeah, one down in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. We should make the 2-hour and 30-minute drive down there to go check out some PlayStation VR.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's the closest one, I think. No, but so the Star Wars stuff, it was like really interesting. They brought like this graphic up on stage. It said EA, Star Wars, and then like all the studios working on Star Wars game. And there was like, seriously, no joke, like 8 studios working on Star Wars games.
Oh, dude, the entire thing was
now.
just full of companies working on games for them.
I mean, you've got DICE, you've got Motive, you've got Respawn, you've got Visceral, like, and then 4 other studios that I didn't recognize probably for like their mobile properties. And the thing that they like kind of led with was Amy Hennig is working with Visceral on a new Star Wars action adventure game. Didn't specify like what point of view or whatever it would be in. That will be out in 2018. And then, she's like, and then post that, you have Respawn working on a third-person action-adventure game. So we're going to get Amy Hennig's game in 2018, and then sometime after that is when we'll see Respawn's game, which we kind of talked about in our prediction show last week. But I don't know. I don't even remember how close we were on those predictions.
Yeah, I already lost one of them because I said that they would show or announce Star Wars 1313 being brought back.
Yeah, which, I mean...
It could, but I mean, they didn't announce it, so yeah. I lost that one.
You lost that one.
Yeah, it was like the same thing, like, though, man. Like, how do you feel about it? Like, I feel it's like the same thing with, like, BioWare. Like, I think, like, all the stuff that people, like, really wanted to watch the EA conference for, like, they didn't show up. Like, they're there, but they didn't, like, show anything. Like, Jade comes out and she's like, hey, we're working on these Star Wars games. We're giving you more content that you guys want to see. You know, we're making another Star Wars Battlefront, but then they don't show one single thing. They show, again, like, B-roll footage of, like, the behind-the-scenes, like, developer. And it's like, show me something. Like, get me excited about what EA's doing. Get me excited about the Star Wars franchise and brand that you guys are working on. Like, you guys are the exclusive, like, game company for Star Wars. Like, show up. Show me something. It
was a series of non-announcements.
Yeah, dude, that's all it was, is like, hey, we're working on stuff, you'll see it sometime else. Like, that's not what E3 is about. Like,
let's see stuff that we're going to see heading into this, like, fall and, like, early next year.
Yeah. Like,
that's what we want.
I don't get it, man. That was pathetic, dude. Like, and people say, like, you know, E3 isn't, like, really a thing anymore and we don't need it and it's, like, irrelevant. Yeah, it's because of stuff like that. That was a horrible conference, and I can understand why EA backed out of doing E3, because they would have been a huge fucking disappointment had they been there.
And that's what I was just getting ready to ask you. Do you think this is the reason that they pulled out of E3?
100%, man. They had nothing to show, dude.
Yep.
They had nothing at all to bring to the table, and that's why they backed out. It's not because they wanted, like, their own private thing. Even Battlefield, dude. They didn't even show any fucking Battlefield footage. Like, I get it. They're doing, like, the 64 multiplayer, like stress test thing, like, after the E3 conference.
To be fair, they are doing some Battlefield stuff right now as we're recording this.
And I get that. Like, I understand they're doing that, but, like, dude, it's E3. Show me, like, a single-player campaign trailer. Show me a single-player demo.
Yeah, give me 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes, whatever, of that. Like, first 5 minutes of the game or whatever.
Dude, all it was is CGI mixed in with, like, quick little splices of, like, here or there of, like, hey, was that footage? Hey, was that not? Hey, that looks like that was playable. I'm pretty sure. Like...
Dude, that big Heisenberg balloon?
That was badass, dude. That was super legit, though. I mean, like, I'm excited, dude. Like, I'm definitely going to grab Battlefield 1. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And I think they already know that my excitement level is there for it, but, like, what was the point of that conference, man?
Well, yeah, and, like, also, if this much excitement has waned since the original showing of Battlefield 1, why did you go ahead and show that shit so early and not just wait till now?
Yeah, 100%, man. Make it super huge, exciting. Like, when I think E3, bro, like, I think I'm watching E3 to tune in to be, like, blown away, dude. Like, things that are coming down the pipeline. Even if they show me a gameplay trailer for something that's happening, like, next year, at least you showed me a gameplay trailer. At least you, like, put forth the effort to get me excited as a gamer. I don't understand why more companies don't do that. Like, that was... Yeah, dude. Like, we're going to grade them, like...
that was definitely an F.
Dude, 100%. 100% an F.
Like, if anything brings them up to, like, a D, is the Titanfall stuff.
Yeah.
Because Titanfall did a good job to excite me.
Yeah. No, dude, like, when I messaged you that trailer leaked and I watched it, like, Kayla came in and she never played Titanfall. She's like, wow, that game looks badass. And then we watched the multiplayer thing, and that looked even more cool. So
yeah
I'm excited, man.
All right, so let's end it here. What do you expect to see tonight from Bethesda?
So I think it's everything that we like kind of like heard a leak about. I think that we see that Skyrim remaster. Today they announced, like, through a further leak, that it's going to have mod support, and that's the other reason that they're releasing it for game consoles.
That would be cool.
Is to have mod support, a la like Fallout 4. So I'm excited about that, man. I'm super pumped. So I think we'll see that. I think we're just going to hear about a Prey 2 come back. I think we're going to hear about, Wolfenstein 2, Evil Within 2, all those things that they've kind of like leaked so far. I really believe that we're going to see some type of teaser image or announcement, or even just like a, hey, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming. Like, we're working on it right now. I think that they tie that into the Skyrim remaster with mods thing.
Yeah, I hope you're right. Like I said, I'm still going to hold out hope for that, because I think it's too soon after a Fallout game for them to announce a new Elder Scrolls game. But that would be cool if they did. Like, hey, like maybe they're planning on it to be a 2017 game or an early 2018 game. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, that fits in the cycle. I mean, that's like a 6-year time frame between the last Elder Scrolls and this one.
That's true. Yeah, 2011.
Maybe we hear about a fall off like offshoot, like we did with New Vegas.
That'd be kind of cool, like a new Fallout, like using like assets, but maybe just like a standalone story.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. The only problem I think with that is Obsidian is working on so many other projects, like that Pillars of Eternity sequel. They're also working on another game I can't remember that they just announced a couple months ago. I mean, they got a lot of stuff they're doing. I don't know how big of a company they are that they could also be making a, Fallout 4 offshoot game like they did with New Vegas.
Well, yeah, not only that, but I think I just heard a rumor about there being a new South Park game coming out. Do you think they work on a sequel to Stick of Truth?
Well, it's already announced, man. That
Is it? I missed it.
The fractured butthole. But like it's BUTWHOLE.
That's funny.
I respect that. Like that is very good. The fractured butthole, because it works both ways, right?
Yeah.
Fractured butthole or fractured.
So is it Obsidian developed?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
coming
they got
out
a lot
this
of
year,
stuff on
I
their
think.
plate.
So
Wow. For new consoles? The
Yeah,
only reason I didn't
they've
play
been-
Stick of Truth was because it came out the same month that the
I
new
know.
consoles came out.
Dude, which is disappointing, man. I played that at like a Best Buy EHK, which is like their entertainment holiday kickoff, like years ago before it like finally came out, and dude, it was awesome. Like I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm not a huge South Park fan.
South Park, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So yeah, so I think we end with that. I think total failure, 100% F score for EA, and we'll see what Bethesda brings to the table tonight. I'm excited for Dishonored 2, man.
Yeah.
I think it's going to show up huge for them.
I think they're going to show a lot of it too, which I'm excited for, because that game is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming out this fall, so that'll be a huge game for them.
Cool. All right, we might be back later tonight, guys. We'll let you know. Make sure to keep it locked to startreset.com. Make sure to check out our Facebook page. Michael's been doing a great job of keeping up on all the news, so that's facebook.com/startresetpodcast. And we will reset this thing later. Take it easy.
Peace.